That looks so fun. What a fucking ad, bro. What a fucking beautiful ad. He's got the whole helmet on. What a fucking ad. Yep. Perfect. I love, that's beautiful marketing.
I trust my wife.
Oh! Ha! Oh!
I do not trust my wife.
Oh!
Were you even aiming for the cup? There is no way.
I think it just makes it funnier. He's just rocking the Crocs, bro. All right, I got a question. One, if you rock Crocs. Two, if you don't. I'm curious. There's some ones, though. There's a decent amount of ones. A lot more twos. I think I said something to Co. He asked me, coefficient, like, messaged me. He was like, if I was a baseball team, who would I be? And I said, you'd be the Oakland A's. You'd be walking around the stadium in your Crocs lost, not knowing where you were. And he goes, bro, you threw in the Crocs? That's a low blow, bro. And that was...
Yo.
Did he just take a picture of her feet?
Oh, you just pulled it right on there.
Yes, why complicate your life, right?
Well, what if I'm alone?
Well, you want to see what you do when you're alone? Look. Look how easy it is. Look, when you're alone, what? Look. Lonely, I feel so lonely. I got nobody. I'm on my own. Ah!
How a buffer stops an 850-ton train?
Have you ever noticed the large piece of metal at the end of a track?
I have.
It's called a buffer stop, and it's so strong that it can immediately stop a train weighing up to 850 tons.
I never knew what it was because I had a Lego train set and it had this there, and I was like, why is this stopping my train from going? Never figured it out, removed it. And here we are, many years later from being a kid. I've learned what it is.
There are mainly three types of train buffer stops. The first is a fixed buffer stop. It is a thick and strong wall made of concrete. It can only stop trains moving at a speed of 5 to 6 kilometers per hour. The second is a friction buffer stop. Friction is used in this. It can stop a train coming at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour in less than 7 meters. Lastly, there's the hydraulic buffer stop. This is the most advanced, and it can absorb 99% of the impact energy.
Cool.
Gas, hydraulic systems, and friction are used in this buffer stop.
There's one person I know. There's one person I know that would be super excited. This is that train guy.
Always Crocs. Do you think I have any Rizz whatsoever? I have accepted that if I am going to die alone, I will die comfortable, on my silk shorts, underwear, and cotton t-shirts.
Pretty based, bro.
On the flip side, it's cheaper, and allows me to have 10k USD in Switch games.
Honestly, that is like a pretty badass answer. Do you think I have Rizz whatsoever? I've accepted if I am going to die alone, I will die comfortable.
We made a mistake 50 years ago, and we're still paying the price for it today. 50 years ago, we thought the brain was a computer, a digital computer. But you see, the brain has no operating system. It has no programming. It has no Windows. It has no CPU. 50 years later, after this wild goose chase, we now understand that the brain is a pattern-seeking neural network, a learning machine, and it learns and rewires every time it learns something new.
I'm sorry. This is what I think of. There used to be a ton of Arnold pranks back in the day. Like, there was, I don't know if anybody, it was like the viral thing to do back on YouTube a long time ago. The soundboard ones with Arnold. When I heard that, this is all I think of.
The CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer.
That was one of the big sound clips from Arnold. If you know, you know. If you were there for the Arnold pranks back then,
the initials GPT stand for Generative Pre-trained Transformer.
Huh?
So that first word is straightforward enough. These are bots that generate...
Shut up!
What's up, homie? I'm Tony. Check out this new neon product with track. Did you find it? Each letter has no wires, so it's very easy to put it on and take it off. The design is very human. Even a young homie can handle it. We use low voltage power supply so it's safe and you won't get hurt while touching it. Click the WhatsApp button below to order.
Bro, after Tony went on his craziness, and then the HR department was like, complained to the company, and then marketing got fucking yelled at, and it had to be toned down. And this is what happens. This is like a perfect example of when corporate and everything gets involved. And now it's just...
What's up, homie? I'm Tony.
I know this, but he has to... I know it says porn.
You won't get hurt.
I know it says porn, but he has to subtly, like, hide something. Do it without saying.
Click the WhatsApp button below to order. 1 year warranty, man. If you have any other questions, comment to let me know. And follow LC sign.
Look how they mess with my boy.
These are the 3 different ways Undertale speedrunners complete the ice puzzle in Snowden. First up, we have the intended puzzle solution that goes around the ice in a cinnamon roll pattern. This is the most common solution that glitchless runners use. Next up, we have Icebreaker, the most common glitch solution. By aligning Frisk on the right pixel, we could just glide across the large gap in the floor, saving a couple seconds, but we could do even better. Finally, we have this solution, which involves Frisk going up at the start. This solution requires multiple pixel-perfect setups and is much harder than the typical ice puzzle skip, but it also saves about a second over Icebreaker.
That's kind of sick. I would love to speedrun. Is this gonna be ass? From now on, whenever I see a fucking sniper rifle in a thing, I know it's gonna... Is it gonna be the ass jiggle?
Your shoulder.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
That's sick.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck did she hit?
That won't be an ass jiggle. That's a clenching of the S. That sounded really close. Yeah, if you're ever shooting Firearm and the instructor has a scared face on, that's terrifying. Oh, bro. The fact that so many people thought this was real back then, you could tell how old it is because you have the name, you have the 3D thing in the back, the fucking 5-second to 6-second intro of the person's name with the fucking background. This is when you know we are way back there in YouTube history. The word art blasting in your ears of a sound of thunder, and it's still going. That is like 10 seconds of staring at the name.
Evan, there's been a lot of changes this offseason for your team. How do you feel your chances are in the AL East?
I mean, I love our chances. You know, it's been Guys, keep it on the field.
Everybody thought that was real. Not everybody, but a good amount of people thought it was real. Evan Longoria, man, went through a rough career outside of baseball and but man, if it was real, he got a hell of a... It is not real, but he also does have a hell of an arm. Bro had 11 sets left.
Hey, man, sorry. How many more sets do you have left?
11.
Each. Shh. They don't know this hack. I have a gun.
Alright, that got me.
Next.
That got me.
Can I have the gun?
No.
I ask.
No. You put your hand down. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting the gun.
Okay, so this makes absolutely no sense. This video of a basketball game is going viral where one team seems to be demolishing the other, and then this guy dunks the ball so hard that the backboard shatters and the game's obviously halted. But it's not even the dunk that blows my mind, it's the reaction of this dude in the orange shirt who doesn't even move a muscle after seeing this. Everybody else is freaking out, and he's just sitting there without a thought. I think this might be the chillest dude in the world.
Bro, I would have been up going crazy. As a big sports, I would have been going crazy.
Despite being surrounded by water, Venice couldn't use any of it, since it was extremely salty and undrinkable. In order to fix this, they started digging out large areas under the entire city and lining the walls with a thick layer of clay to make it waterproof. The space was then filled in with sand and stones, and the surface was redone with tiles that would lead the water towards each corner of the square. From here, rainwater would flow into the basin and filter through the sand and stones until it reached the main well at the center of the square. To maximize the surface area for water collection, the roofs of the nearby buildings were fitted with gutters that would direct the water onto the square and into the drains. Venice then became an enormous funnel, which filled more than 600 wells around the city.
That's kind of cool. Quentin Tarantino hates new movies. Hear me out. That video we saw earlier, taking the picture of the feet, I think that was Quentin.
The thing about America was the fact that Hollywood, forget America, Hollywood used to, that's what we did better than anybody else in the world. We told a really good story, you know. Europe was where you had character-based films or mood-based films, but America, we told a story. We're the worst at it now, as far as I'm concerned.
At telling a story.
telling a story. We don't tell a story, we tell a situation. Most of the movies that you see nowadays, and I'm not a Hollywood basher, because enough good movies come out of the Hollywood system every year to justify its existence. However, a good majority of movies that come out, you pretty much know everything you're going to see in the movie by the first 10 or 20 minutes. Now that's not a story. A story is something that constantly unfolds. I'm not talking about like this quick left turn or a quick right turn or a big surprise. I'm talking about it unfolds.
He's not wrong. I think one of the best I'm not a movie guy at all. Like, I don't watch movies anymore. But I think one of the best movies, I wouldn't say best, but that is a good example of things are unfolding constantly, was the first Saw. When I watched that movie, it was one of the rare movies where my jaw dropped when I watched the first Saw. Like, it was just, things were unfolding like crazy. And I was like, dude, it's easy, I got this. And I was like, whoa, I did not expect that.
Great game. First and foremost, I want to make it known that I am all...
I've seen this 100 times. I'll let you guys listen to it, but I've seen this all the time. And I've gotten in games where people try to, like, my other support tries to do it, and then I will instantly type, shut the fuck up, you're not him, bro.
First and foremost, I want to make it known that I am only one person. Just because you have a healer on the team does not mean that you have God mode. And if you break line of sight, you are essentially going to get murdered, and it is not my fault. I want to make it abundantly...
This was a good play.
Essentially going to get murdered, and it is not my fault. I want to make it abundantly...
Actually, they got the shield there. Pop your bubble down.
Murder, and it is not my fault. I want to make it abundantly clear that if you're crying that you're not getting healed while simultaneously taking 1v1 fights in a small dark room with Iron Fist, it is entirely your fault.
When Nagzz was in this situation, he resorted to yelling at Spider-Man. No, I'd do the same thing. I'd kill that Spider-Man. But the Spider-Man on my team would probably go die. I'd be yelling at my Spider-Man because he's just fucking going out there feeding.
2, 1.
That's fucking cool.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's sick.
We saw a whole bunch of bots enter the channel, and they were all advertising a specific streamer. Then that streamer got banned, right? But I was like, that's a bit weird. Why would they do that? And then we saw another one, and then that streamer got banned. And I looked at both of them. There was a lot in common between the channels. They were both specifically VTubers. I think they were from Poland. They were Polish VTubers, both of them. And then the third one was like this. And the fourth one. And the fifth one. What someone was doing is they were making a bunch of bots and then specifically advertising only Polish VTubers around Twitch to make it look like those people were botting to get them banned. And this went on and on and on until I started talking to the partner managers. I was like, you guys have to look into this. These people are getting targeted. They're getting banned for it. And they got unbanned. And it's a smart way to do it. If you're going to cause disruption, that's a very smart way to do it. But it's shit. It's horrible. I saw that a VTuber I know just got banned for it too. Report that shit.
Yeah. I mean, now with botting, anybody could bot. Anybody could bot this channel with a bunch of views. Twitch won't do anything. It used to get in trouble, but then Twitch realized, like, it's not the streamer doing it, you know, like that any viewer could just, you know, send bots like to here. Like someone could send, you know, like 1,000 bots here. It probably, if you send 1,000 bots here, because of how crazy this chat is, it probably wouldn't look suspicious, but anybody could do it. So it's not the streamer doing it, you know, so you can't prove it unless you have exact evidence. Like the streamer, like we've seen cases where a streamer has pulled up like back in the day, I forgot who it was. It was like Rice Gum or something, or a few pulled up the actual like application on their screen and leaked it and saw that they were view botting. Until they like Twitch sees something like that, they can't do anything, really. They're not supposed to, because you can't prove that it's the streamer doing it or if it's just a viewer doing it. So
did you know there's actually a prank sitting on the surface of Mars? Because when my old coworkers at JPL first made the Curiosity rover wheels, we needed an odometry feature. Basically a unique pattern in the treads that gets stamped in the dust over and over as Curiosity drives around. Since we know the exact circumference of the wheel, you count how many times you see that unique print, then you know how far the rover has traveled just by looking at its tracks. Now originally the odometry features were the letters JPL, but NASA was not cool with us stamping the letters JPL onto the surface of another planet, so instead Curiosity landed on Mars with a different odometry feature in its treads, this seemingly random pattern of holes. But if you look real closely, you might realize that's not just a random pattern of holes, because in Morse code, this is a J, that's a P, that's an N. That's right, JPL. NASA actually realized this when the rover was on the launch pad.
That's awesome. Are you fucking kidding me?
Hi.
Hi.
Something wrong?
So I ordered this with caramel drizzle, and there's no caramel drizzle on top. I can smell it.
I can smell that there's no caramel drizzle on top.
Okay, yeah, I'm
That young lady over there, she made my drink, and she was looking at me very, very rudely. Okay, and my name is Karen. It is not spelled C-U-N-T, okay? But that's how she spelled it. What's your name?
Okay, hi, I'm Tommy. I'm the manager
Tommy?
here. Yeah.
Tommy?
No, it's not Tummy.
Tummy?
It's not. No,
Tommy?
it's Tommy.
Do you see how that feels?
Yeah.
Do you see how that feels when someone says your name wrong?
Uh-huh, yes.
So I don't understand when I looked her
That's a fucking really good Karen impression. This is fucking spot on.
dead in the fucking eyes.
Sure, right,
And I
yes.
said, my name is Karen. And then she writes it like this. I don't know what language this is.
That's a 10 out of 10.
Hey, Mithra. Yeah.
This was a good game.
Wanna watch me do a flip? What? Pyra, I don't have time for your... Okay, that was pretty good.
What the fuck do you guys watch, bro?
I don't care about gacha games. I don't care what adults do with their money. I don't think anyone is going to walk up to a casino in Vegas and be like, gambling sucks and everyone in there needs to stop. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is it is an unregulated door to gambling that is being predatorily angled towards children. That's the issue, not gacha games in general. I don't care about anyone over 18 playing gacha, whatever. You're an adult, do what you want. It's not the issue.
Gachas are targeted at gooners without frontal brain lobes. I know you're a gacha player. Hell, I don't play gachas, but when we play a gacha game, I put in $200 just to gacha with you guys. So, I mean, I'm pretty guilty too. Self-report. I mean,
Today's recipe couldn't get any easier. Omelets. Can you hapless fuckwits at least handle that? First, you crack 2 eggs into a bowl. You thick morons at least know where you keep your bowls, right? And if you just put the hard shells in the bowl too, which I'm assuming a lot of you shit for brains just did, now would be a good time to pour it all
this is all I could cook.
out and start over. Honestly, half the fucking recipe is just waiting till the eggs are done. And if
True.
you don't know when they're done, grab a spatula. Not like this, but like this. And see if the eggs are solid, which means they're done, or liquidy, which means you either forgot to turn on the fucking stove, or you believe eggs can be cooked in 2 goddamn seconds. I'll just assume I need to say this now. Don't eat your eggs raw. And if you have raw eggs in your mouth right now, spit them out.
What about Rocky? Rocky ate eggs raw, and he's a fucking champion.
We're Cantonese. Of course it's funny when we make our parents say flour, bridge, corn, and taxi.
乜嘢係 flour？ 花。乜嘢係 bridge？ 橋。乜嘢係 corn？ 粟米。乜嘢係 taxi？ 的士。咁你指住個 camera 好大聲咁講多一次。花橋粟米的士。
是吧？